This male officer endured a devastating sequence. He was washing his face roadside when an oncoming car struck him into muddy ground. After getting up, he confronted the driver only to have his arm trapped in the car window upon reaching inside. As the driver accelerated, the officer sprinted, lifted both legs, and suspended his entire body against the vehicle. The officer, Yoon Dong-ja, was formerly a boxer. Determined to claim gold with absolute strength, he insisted on competing in the Olympics despite his coach's order to pursue lucrative commercial matches. He won gold with unmatched skill, becoming a world-renowned champion. To retaliate, his coach framed him for doping, fabricating a positive drug test. Overnight, Yoon plunged from glory into infamy as public condemnation surged. His career collapsed. Though he spent 2 years in litigation to clear his name and won the lawsuit, public perception forever branded him a doping fraud. Later, Yoon was recruited into Seoul's riot police as a national athlete but was demoted to regular duty after injuring a colleague during a dispute over illicit protection fees. Meanwhile, the police launched Operation Rabbit Hunt. Officers disguised themselves to arrest leaders of the major crime syndicate, Golden Rabbit Gang. At the critical moment, the team leader abruptly left. When a fire erupted nearby, Gold Rabbit's henchmen exposed the police, shouting, "Escape!" As Gold Rabbit fled across a rooftop, he collided with the team leader exiting a restroom. The leader pulled up his pants to pursue but was kicked back into the toilet by Gold Rabbit. Yoon Dong-ju arrived and confronted Gold Rabbit, who seized a mirror as a weapon. Seeing his own reflection, Yoon faltered and was knocked down. The operation failed. After work, Yoon Dong-ju encountered Ji Han-na, an acquaintance from the police station, and asked about her recent situation. Ji Han-na pressed him about whether he still liked her, and Yoon Dong-ju openly admitted it. His smile never faded since seeing Ji Han-na. During their conversation, a car stopped beside them. Ji Han-na's ex-boyfriend, Kim Jong-hyun, got out to speak with her, but she ignored him. Later, Yoon Dong-ju and his team leader were investigated by Internal Affairs, with Kim Jong-hyun overseeing the case. Kim, a former fencing silver medalist like Yoon Dong-ju, had been specially recruited into the police force and now served as an auditor. On his first day, however, the precinct chief reprimanded him for causing 2 officers suspensions by snitching, mocking him for climbing the ranks over colleagues. Kim Jong-hyun calmly replied that he merely upheld principles and that the real disgrace lay with those accepting bribes. The chief warned him to back down or suffer consequences. Afterward, Kim Jong-hyun ran into Ji Han-na while organizing clothes. Though she had moved on from their past relationship, she expressed sympathy for his situation. Ji Han-na, an Olympic 50m rifle champion also specially recruited into the police, aspired to work in the field fighting crime but was consistently assigned paperwork. Even worse, the police chief ordered her to pose with guns like an actress for staged promotional photos to improve the force's image. Both Yoon Dong-ju and Ji Han-na remained stuck at the bottom of the hierarchy. Once, Yoon and his team leader were sent to ambush the Golden Rabbit Gang in the suburbs. Midway, the leader was summoned to perform wrestling for Superior's Amusementa, former bronze medalist now reduced to entertaining officials with his expertise. Yoon Dong-ju waited alone until midnight. Overcome by heat, he stepped out of his car to cool off and washed his face with water, only to be struck into mud by a passing vehicle as described earlier. When Yoon Dong-ju finally struggled to his feet, he witnessed young men with dyed hair driving off in his car and discovered a blood-covered man lying in the grass. The man was Officer Lee from the Customs Service, a victim of a hit-and-run who had been dumped there. While tracking the hit-and-run vehicle, Yoon Dong-ju discovered blurry surveillance footage indicating it was a smuggled car. He suddenly recalled seeing the same model in Golden Rabbit Gang investigation files. To obtain accurate information, he secretly took documents from the captain's desk. He then explained to the team leader, this vehicle and the one that hit him were the only smuggled cars of this model nationwide. Golden Rabbit's smuggling records lacked buyer information for this specific car, suggesting the buyer had close ties to Golden Rabbit. Tracking this car might lead to Golden Rabbit's capture. However, the team leader deemed acting on speculation too risky, warning both could face disciplinary action. Meanwhile, superiors ordered Ji Han-na to work overtime, organizing a deceased person's belongings for handover to the family. She realized these were hit-and-run victim, Officer Lee's possessions. Witnessing Officer Lee's mother and child weeping desperately at the hospital, She couldn't bear to add to their pain and temporarily took the belongings home. Earlier, Yoon Dong-ju received a tip that someone knew the hit-and-run perpetrator and arranged a meeting. Kim Jong-hyun provided crucial clues. Reviewing surveillance from the Golden Rabbit Operation Day, he confirmed the fire was arson. A phone call reported the fire 5 minutes before ignition, likely an insider warning Golden Rabbit about the police operation. Most critically, the whistleblower who reported Golden Rabbit smuggling was Officer Lee himself. The team leader grew uneasy upon hearing this. Kim Jong-hyun immediately contacted the investigation support team, demanding verification of Officer Lee's belongings and inquiring about the handling officer. Just as Ji Han-na arrived home, Kim Jong-hyun called, but she ignored it, assuming it was personal. Suddenly, her doorbell rang. A man claiming to be from the customs service demanded Officer Lee's belongings, actually sent to eliminate the witness. Ji Han-na retreated to a room holding the belongings and readied her rifle. Sensing her danger over the phone, Kim Jong-hyun sped to rescue her, but was forced to halt when a pursuing vehicle rammed his car. Thugs swarmed and attacked him. At that critical moment, a traffic officer witnessed the danger, snatched a tool, and repelled the attackers. Yoon Dong-ju faced an equally perilous situation. Upon arriving at the warehouse, he was locked inside, confronting Golden Rabbit, wrapping his hands in bandages and putting on a mouthguard. He stood ready as a boxer to fight alone. Simultaneously, Ji Han-na raised her rifle for precise shots and engaged in close combat to protect the belongings. Kim Jong-hyun broke a mop handle to use as a fencing weapon, luring the thugs onto a bridge to fight his way out. These specially recruited officers, once glorious but forgotten athletes, defended justice and principles with their bodies. They proved they never lost the fighting spirit from their athletic days and never abandoned their duty as police. The female officer longed to confront criminals at crime scenes, but the police chief ordered her to pose like an actress for promotional photos. Enraged, she aimed her gun at the chief and shot him down in front of everyone. Yoon Dong-ju single-handedly defeated the Golden Rabbit gang's underlings and captured their leader. The team leader, arriving for backup, ordered all arrested and taken to the station. After giving instructions, he checked on Yoon Dong-ju, who remained in post-combat stress, and punched him. Meanwhile, the traffic officer and Kim Jong-hyun received reinforcements. After handing over the scene, Kim Jong-hyun rushed to rescue Ji Han-na only to find her unharmed with defeated assailants lying in her home. All four overcame their adversaries, contributing greatly to the Golden Rabbit gang's capture. Journalists widely reported their heroism. After interviews, Yoon Dong-ju insisted on walking Ji Han-na home. When she refused, he reaffirmed his feeling 7 if she didn't reciprocate now. He believed she would eventually be moved. A female shop owner witnessing his persistence emerged with a knife and others to protect Ji Han-na. Seeing this, Yoon Dong-ju turned and left. The next day, due to their outstanding performance, the police chief immediately announced the formation of a temporary special investigation team. The team leader was appointed captain with the other 3 as members. Initially, the team leader invited Kim Jong-hyun to join, but he insisted on remaining in internal affairs while continuing to investigate the Golden Rabbit gang case. After preparations, the team leader assigned tasks, investigating the Golden Rabbit gang and the hit and run that killed Officer Lee. Yoon Dong-ju interrogated Golden Rabbit and recognized the watch on his wrist identical to the one worn by the hit-and-run driver. As Yoon Dong-ju pressed for details, officers abruptly took Golden Rabbit away. The investigation unit informed the team leader that the police chief ordered them to handle the Golden Rabbit gang's wrap-up, citing an important task for the special team. Upon meeting the chief, they discovered this task involved demonstrating new equipment. After the chief's demonstration, he instructed Ji Han-na to mimic his poses with graceful fluidity. The team leader complained this contradicted the team's original purpose. A colleague advised accepting reality. The chief only wanted publicity to boost the police image for his mayoral campaign. Ji Han-na, frustrated by bureaucratic obstacles to fighting crime, took the chief's gun and swiftly shot down all practice dummies. The chief corrected her incorrect demonstration by propping up a dummy. Following his instruction, she fired directly at its bulletproof vest. The chief collapsed. Doctors confirmed his fractured ribs, proving the vest's substandard quality. He ordered a special investigation into the vest manufacturer, while dismissing Ji Han-na. Kim Jong-hyun immediately advised punishing Ji Han-na now would only fuel public outrage, suggesting reputation recovery while reporters remained. The police chief followed his advice, holding a press conference to claim the incident was a pre-arranged drill testing the new bulletproof vest's functionality. However, disillusioned with the police station, Ji Han-na voluntarily submitted her resignation. Kim Jong-hyun found her at the shooting range, urging her not to abandon her dream of being an officer. Ji Han-na maintained she could protect herself as a civilian and declined his concern. Yoon Dong-ju also came to persuade Ji Han-na, waiting until dark for her return. She likewise rejected his pleas. Meanwhile, the investigation unit handled the Golden Rabbit Gang case with fanfare. With nothing to do, Yoon Dong-ju and others visited their bustling office. The team leader, seeing everyone occupied, answered a call without authorization. After hanging up, he immediately mobilized the team. An informant reported smuggling attempts abroad, including those who broke into Ji Han-na's home. The team leader decided to act before the investigation unit to prove their special team's capability. At the location, Kim Jong-hyun led the encirclement after reconnaissance. Unexpectedly, the team leader collapsed and later behaved erratically. Before departure, he had eaten candy from the investigation unit, unaware it contained hallucinogenic drugs. Yoon Dong-ju slapped him repeatedly to wake him, but the leader bit Yoon Dong-ju and ran wild through the abandoned building. His screams alerted the smugglers, who scattered. Kim Jong-hyun leaped from the building to chase the two intruders from Ji Han-na's home. They picked up thin steel rebars to fight. When stabbed, Kim Jong-hyun hallucinated the rebars as fencing swords, sweating profusely and freezing in place. Seeing this, the assailants thrust toward him. At the critical moment, the team leader rushed to shield him. The attackers escaped, leaving the leader severely wounded. The three quickly called an ambulance to take the team leader to the hospital. But then a major accident ahead blocked the road. Doctors warned the team leader would be in mortal danger if his internal organs were bleeding. To save him, Yoon Dong-ju pushed the team leader in a supermarket cart for half an hour until they finally reached the hospital. After regaining consciousness, the team leader learned how desperately Yoon Dong-ju had worked to save him and was moved beyond words. Unaware of this situation, Ji Han-na went to deliver Officer Ji's belongings. Officer Lee's son, knowing she was a police officer, tearfully begged her to catch the killer and bring his father justice. Ji Han-na felt deeply conflicted. Returning home that night, the convenience store owner told her the long broken streetlights near her entrance were finally repaired, all thanks to Yoon Dong-ju's relentless complaints to the district office. Otherwise, repairs would have taken who knows how long. As Ji Han-na walked home, the newly lit lamps illuminated her path. She pictured Yoon Dong-ju persistently making complaint calls, warmth flooding her heart. Meanwhile, Yoon Dong-ju heard the hit-and-run driver who killed Officer Lee and injured him had turned himself in. He rushed to see the person's face. Unexpectedly, it was his close friend. It turned out the coach and his boss had forced the friend to take drugs, threatening him with harsher punishment over 10 years or life imprisonment for reoffending due to prior drug use. If he took the blame as the hit-and-run driver for the boss, he'd only get 3 years. Coerced, the friend agreed. Suspecting the coach was behind it all, Yoon Dong-ju stormed into the records room and violently beat him, demanding answers. The coach shamelessly insisted the friend was the hit-and-run driver, claiming getting him a lawyer was a huge favor. The team leader stopped the enraged Yoon Dong-ju, stressing they needed evidence to clear the friend. Using unauthorized force would get him suspended. Calmed down, Yoon Dong-ju attended Officer Lee's funeral to console the family. While comforting the young boy, he suddenly remembered seeing someone wearing the same watch as the hit-and-run driver when he entered. He immediately rushed out to find the person. Unfortunately, mourners had already dispersed, and he found no one suspicious. Learning all attendees were Officer Lee's colleagues, he borrowed the guest register to investigate at the customs service. After checking everyone, he found no leads. At that moment, staff ordered him to leave immediately for disrupting work. As he was being escorted out, he made a discovery, burst into a man's office. There, he saw the boss wearing the same watch as the hit-and-run driver. Yoon Dong-ju knew the man before him was the real culprit.